Today we're parging our ICF. Needs a coat over the product. I'm using a fiberglass mesh, and I'm parging the mesh into the parging. So it's a 2-layer process. Avoid the temptation to do it in one shot. It'll probably flake off when you have your first frost. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'll be mixing in almost 4 liters. It's 3.7 liters. So you just divide the bucket into 4. It's a 20-liter bucket. It's a little bit less than that because you don't want to add too much. Add most of your material. You always want it to be on the wet side while you're mixing until you have most of the product in the bucket. So right now I'm just mixing it, and it's obviously way too thin. That's the way I want it until I'm almost done. I'm using a DeWalt DCN or DCD 999. It's got enough jam to use this mixing paddle here. Anyway, just keep adding product until it starts thickening up. And don't breathe the dust, it's bad for you. It's about thicker now. A little on the wet side, but that's because I spilt some on the ground. But yeah, it'll still go on, it'll dry up, it'll thicken up as you're working with it too. Okay, so our ICF didn't have a brick mold on it, and there is an option. Let me grab an ICF. Okay, so on other types of ICF, they sell a brick mold which causes the material to go out, causes the styrofoam to go out like this, and so you can actually have bearing weight of the house on the concrete and not on the styrofoam. Well, I bought mine used and it was really cheap, but it didn't come with any brick mold, or the brick extension. So what I did was, this is 1 3/4 inch, so I took a piece of 1.5 inch Atlas board they call it, but it's basically it's foam board, and I just ripped it on an angle, and I'm going to put a piece of flashing, tuck it into here because there's a nice groove here, have it go down here, and then over top of this a little ways. And the reason why I did that is because some people cut this out in between your picket. Some people cut this out. I've seen a guy on YouTube on his name's Bondo Built, and he wallows this out so you get the same idea. But then you lose your thermal break because it's supposed to be a thermal break, insulation, concrete, and then another thermal break, and that causes this to be a thermal mass. But if you're taking away this at the very top, then there's no protection, there's no thermal break on this concrete. So cold can transfer into this block. So instead of doing that, I put a piece of foam on top of this and built my house on top of this concrete part right here. After I mixed it, it was really wet seeming when I mixed it, but now you can see it's thickened up in just a few minutes from the time it took me to walk over here to from over there. So sometimes even when it seems wet, it's pretty much just right to work with. So if you're trying not to lose the concrete, I always brush up. You can brush down later if you want, but brushing up tends to leave less material on the ground. So basically, you just want this mesh stuck to the wall. And that's it.